Hi, today I am fixing a long overdue problem with my 66 Chevy truck on the suspension. A while back, I pulled it out of my garage, and as soon as I got out, I felt a clunk and the truck dropped in the front and the U-bolt had broken. So here's what happened. See the control arm here is held to the truck by these two U-bolts. Those are small and apparently prone to failure after 60 years. And so what happened on the other side was one of these U-bolts just finally broke and, allowed this to fall down. Okay, not good. So the fix for it isn't just replacing those. You upgrade the size to the next era of Chevy truck, which is the 67 through 72, to these size. So here's a U-bolt I've already taken out. I cut it. You can see the size and diameter, quite a bit smaller. So there's the upgrade. You can buy these, aren't that uncommon. The problem is, a couple of issues here. So here's the side I'm working on right now. Here's the one I fixed in my driveway, just enough to get it together and drive it here. Now I'm replacing all four. The issue is, if you just unbolt these, well, the coil spring's gonna shove this down. So you need to support this, if you're not gonna take the entire assembly apart. So leave one attached, support this with a jack of some kind, then you can undo the nuts from the top and do like I did, cut it, whatever's easiest, and get that out. Now this little guide right here, it is riveted to the truck, so it doesn't need to come out. But it will swivel on you. So just be aware of that. So when you support this, put quite a bit of pressure up on here so it keeps it all compressed. The next issue you're gonna run into is these holes aren't the right diameter, right? Those factory holes are for the smaller one. So you will need to open those up. And a couple of methods to do that. The easiest by far, drill bit. Get a 9/16 drill bit and drill that sucker out. Now, I just did one of them, so that one I just drilled out, and I'm about to drill out that one, and then we'll install the new U-bolt. Okay, so got this side in, it's done. Just wanted to show you before I paint it. But a couple of things here is you will likely have to spread this U-bolt apart a little bit to get it to fit up in here. And the reason is because if you look at it, it's not mounting exactly perpendicular to this. Okay, so in other words, if it's perpendicular, it's fine. But as you turn it like this, it won't go in those holes. So you'll have to spread this apart a little bit and just kind of experiment, pull it a little apart and put it up in there. Some other tips, mind the threads here, because you'll get it up in there and it's not gonna just slide right up in. There's some angles and stuff here that it doesn't wanna go in, but don't just put it in here and beat on it, because you'll chow up these threads, okay? So a little tapping's fine, but mind the threads on that. So I used a 9/16 drill bit to open these up. But the other thing is, this hole is so close to this part that you can't get a nut on it. So when you drill this out, you may have to egg it a little bit, fudge it this way, out, so that this bolt is far enough away to get this nut on. And another trick is put the bolt up in there, put the U-bolt barely up in there, and then put your nut on it. And then you can go from there. Don't put the U-bolt all the way up installed like it is now, because the nut will not go on that up here, okay? So it'll take some fidgeting with this. This one is fine because it's far enough away, and the back one was fine. When I did this one, up in here, these were tight, clearances, but there was enough room, okay? So just FYI, you may have to, mess with that. The next one I do on the other side, I may end up cutting these bolts off a bit, because see, you don't need that much meat on there, and that may make life a little bit easier. So I may cut off just a little bit and re-tap that, put a die on that. I'm not sure if I'll do that over here or not. The back, probably not, because it wasn't that difficult. The front one though, yeah, this one spot's kind of a pain. So anyway, there we go.